see who's there. When I get close to the stage, I'm going to have to mute the sound because the DJ's playing music at the minute. So I'll talk away at the moment, and but if you're wondering why the sound is gone, don't worry. I'm just going to give you visuals if there's some copyright music playing, because we'll run into problems with Facebook and we don't want to get shut down before we've even got started marching. I'll just do a wee sound check that we're coming through all right. Bear with me a second here. All right.
Any idea where this rugby field is?
It's very close, just on the right down there. It's not really a field, it's more of a car park.
Right, okay.
You'll see all the flags.
Thanks.
And now, where was I? Sorry, that doesn't seem right. There we go. So I'm happy enough that there's sound coming through. Let's see what we're saying. Kev's blacked at conference. Being blacklisted? I don't know. John's asking, where are you starting from? Partner is from Stornoway. Okay. We're starting opposite the council offices in the sort of big car parky thing. They're calling it a rugby field, but it's not really a rugby field because you'd hurt yourself if you played rugby on it, I think. All okay for sound, Ruthie's saying good. Okay, let's head on, loud and clear. So as I say, I will probably mute the sound if there's music playing from the stage and it's sort of copyright stuff that's going to get us in trouble with Facebook, which is a bit annoying, but don't worry, bear with me. The visuals are more important at this point. Some very interesting banners to look at. This tripod's very high actually, but so John Paul was asking about where it is, so I'll just orientate people who know Stornoway. So council offices are straight ahead there. It's the Cala Inn, where a lot of us are staying. Well, I say a lot of us, everyone's scattered all over the place. Matheson Street is there, and that's where the route will start, but the gathering point and the rally location is down here. There's quite a collection of Yes Bikers. Well, you can see, or maybe you can hear, you know, unless I talk all the time, we might have trouble with the music. So, hello folks. Independence Live, broadcasted live to the world. There we are. I'll keep rambling away and try and cover the music. Got my microphone pointing away from the music. But Right, I'm going to head over. So, as I said, I'm going to mute the sound, so don't be alarmed. If anyone comes on moaning there's no sound, tell them that's because there's music playing, okay? I'll return the sound, don't worry, once there's no music playing.
And once that was done, he
Right, I've got sound on now. Because you see, when your lips are moving, it would be frustrating for people at home. And the music's not that loud. I can't have the music on, that'll knock us off Facebook. But 2 o'clock. So do you know what you're doing? Are you doing 2 circuits or something? Oh really? You'll go the opposite direction?
And then come back out again or something.
Geez, that's awful, because most of the route we've got one side of the road. But I suppose you'll be driving on the other side of the road, so it sort of makes sense. There's one part of the route where we've taken up both sides. Oh!
You probably stand round here to see yourself.
Well, I might break the lens.
It's okay, but Paul's been on for quite a while and it hasn't cracked yet.
That's one ugly face, that, isn't it?
Enough of this abuse. The bullying, right?
I was just intrigued because it sounded like you, as if you were giving.
Okay. See you later. Right, I definitely am putting the sound off now. It's very hard because I know it's frustrating at home if you see people's lips moving. Here goes, sound off.
But political opinions are much slower to change. Unfortunately, too many undecided people believed what Project Fear told them. Those days are past now, and in the past they must remain. After the independence referendum, Scotland never sat down or shut up, and we refused to go back in the box. And when all the lies and vows failed to materialise, Brexit was initiated to save the elite's tax evasion loopholes and destroy devolution once and for all. Despite even more brazen lies from the mainstream media, Scotland rejected Brexit by 62% Remain to 38% Leave, and Western Isles reject Brexit by 55.2% Remain to 44.8% Leave. Now with the Tory party imploding and the Labour Party putting up no opposition at all, Scotland has been sidelined and ignored with disdain. The Tories are pushing ahead with the only two options left, May's bad deal and no deal Brexit, delayed or not delayed. We didn't vote for this. The time is now. We can still rise now and be the nation again, to protect Scotland from the horrendous Brexit realities. Many of us travel Scotland to support the Yes movement at marches and rallies, but not everyone could do this, so now we have our own march and rally, with many from all over Scotland coming to our island to support us and the Yes movement. This is a double first. The first independence march on our island and the inaugural march for the Sir Alba Pipes and Drums, marching together. Also making the journey over to support us are the Yes Bikers. Young and old marching together to protect Scotland for all. The Art to Hebrides for Independence March and Rally on the 27th of April 2019. Will you march with us?
Hello, welcome into the bikers.
Yes, Jerry and Annie here.
Yes, yep.
The port
Yep.
of Stornoway.
In the
It is rain. It is raining. Here, look, I should be able to switch around. We'll see the boat coming in.
Alright. He's coming. Oh, at least we've got a badge on.
This is quite nice, isn't it? Seeing a boat just slide into harbour.
Yeah.
Let's get a bit of steady cam going here.
Considering that's probably the one we've got. Are you on the boat yet? It's only when you can get there.
No, I cheated, I flew.
Oh,
I looked at the distance it was and I thought, yikes.
oh, you flew, right. I did think about it.
So that is cheating, isn't it? All these people have come such a long distance.
Do you know what, Jenny? I get
Here, I better put the brolly up. So, hello there, Ian.
They've got the binoculars on. Love, look, I'm not prepared.
So the people are all going to come off there, so we're going to have to run round once they'll let the cars off first, and there should be a lot of colour, I would say.
Right.
There'll be flags, there'll be pipes. The pipe band have been playing on the boat.
Oh, so they. Oh no, I wish I'd. Oh my God.
So
It's annoying.
I'm not sure if they're coming on foot. Well, yeah, they probably will be coming on foot. So there'll be a whole lot of people coming on off the boat.
Right.
Hiya, Dougie.
It's one of these moments that you can't get back again.
Here, listen to that lovely rain.
Good Scottish rain.
Hi, Jerry. Hi, Ferry. Who's that? Go on. When you're commenting as Independence Live, you have to tell us who you are. It could be anybody. There's Ian. Hope you're doing well. It's great. I'm going directly to Facebook with this one because we've got a wee bit of gremlins on our connection between Facebook and live stream. Obviously it was alright, I did a wee Callanish video earlier and it went to Facebook successfully. It's going to go the other side. Right, once the boat disappears round the corner, I'm going to go round to a different vantage point. You reckon, Annie?
Yep.
Annie's got her flag out.
Yeah.
In it. You'll know Annie. Annie goes to every march and rally up and down the country, isn't that right?
Yes, yes. I should be at the
Legend.
yeah.
An independence movement legend. It's too dark with that sky. Oh Jesus, don't be doing that.
Right, could you see the flag?
Yes, it's a butterfly, an SNP flag.
Stand back. See, I should be at the conference.
The band boys have arrived, yes. There is gremlins everywhere. Yes, this stream hopefully is fine. In fact, that's quite good news. The 4G on this island is absolutely wonderful. Oh, that's a terrible thing to say. Touch wood. Touch the old stone of Lewis for good luck. Right, I'm going around the corner. Oh, I better swap round because you're seeing me in my big understated coat. Bless you. There's going to be a lot of flags. Lots of different flags.
Jenny, let's party!
Can you have a wee look for a private rent? Do you mean like a car or a accommodation? Hopefully there's, if I haven't got a room, hopefully there's rooms. What can you see, Annie?
Well, it's docking, and this is the way we come out, so I think we might be better here.
There's even a shelter for us.
Ah, you can
So, there, the roll on, roll off comes out there, right? And I imagine the passengers come off here too.
Now I should know, I came off, did I?
You should remember.
I think we come off first, and then passengers, and then... Oh! And then...
Oh, I get you, Val. You're wanting to move here.
I know.
Right, well,
Yeah.
if I go past an estate agent tomorrow on the march, I'll have a wee juke at the window for a split second. Oh, Mike Fennick says a big hi to you.
Mike Fennick. Oh, hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, you look.
More badges on her hat than anyone. She hasn't got her hat on.
Oh, tomorrow. Have my hat on tomorrow.
Here, I'm going to put this down so it's steady.
Yeah.
Here, would you hold that for me,
Oh, aye.
please? In fact, we don't need the umbrella because we're sort of in here.
All right.
Although, I don't want to block the way.
No, what you could do.
Sorry for this clicking noise, I'm putting the tripod up.
We'll put the umbrella there, and if you need it, once come out.
Aye, because once they all come off, I better come out of here because I'm blocking the way.
I think we'll get the passengers come off first, and then the cars and the bikes will come off.
Right.
This is great because normally when I'm on the marches, the bikers are waiting for us to come, you know.
Oh shit, what happened there? Something isn't working. What did I do? No. Surely it's alright. We're still going.
Could be the signal.
I might have swore there, sorry.
Got it.
What's happening? Is it? Right, I'm in the way. 2 flags. 3 flags. Right, let's get away from the music. Over to the march. And if you didn't see the banners, there's a lovely big Western Isles banner behind here. Okay, keep talking, Jerry, keep talking. Keep talking over the music. Right, great to see a big turnout on livestream.com. That's pretty good. 21 people watching. Facebook usually will be more than that. I'll check in on Facebook once I can take a wee breather and set the tripod down. And let's find the pipers. Let's find the pipers. Annie, my dear, what is it?
I had a phone call from Brian doing the tune saying that he saw me on there and speaking to Paula Rose.
Okay, so yeah.
Hi, Brian. Hiya. Hi, everybody back home in Dundee. Freedom!
Hi, Annie. Keep talking, Jerry. Come on. We're nearly out of the earshot of the music. Okay, tripod, looking down, away. Sorry for the shaky camera at this point. Oh, gee. Right. Okay, put the microphone facing the Sear Alba pipe band. great organisation here. Like, it's what, 2 minutes to 2 and we're all set to go. One police van at the back and I think there'll be a police van at the front. We're heading up this road here and taking a right. See stewards or police up there. So this is the Sierra Alba pipe and drums for the first time ever, setting out in Stornoway. The brand new uniforms and everything. Give us a wave, Kathy. Here comes the empty pram. Maybe you think I'm in paranoid about Facebook's copyright violation actions, but there's no point in risking it, so I'm off ski.
It's impossible. Because John will phone me anyway.
Would anyone like to carry one of my flags?
I certainly would. I'll take
You've got a choice
Catalan.
in a Catalan,
I'll have a
there's an
Catalan.
Ulster one, an Irish one.
I'll take a Catalan flag.
Okay, see if you can figure out which one's that. Oh, hey.
I'll give you that one back.
Someone want an Ulster one?
I'll take the Irish.
Take the Irish one, good man.
We got independence.
Well, Ulster's just a regional flag, so that's my region of my
What's
nation.
your region?
It's my region of my country. The 9 counties of Ulster. I'll catch us at the end.
I'll count you there.
I will see you.
See ya. Okay, I'm all covered in my flag now. Hold on.
Good job.
Music's following me around. Could someone help me out and carry my Ulster flag for me? Oh, Jeannie, because I think I'm going to have to do umbrella. An umbrella manoeuvre. There's a wee spit of rain happening, folks. A wee spit of rain. So I'll tell you what, I'll stop for a wee second and get my umbrella out.
Lift it up.
Oh. Right. Away from the music, away from the music. Is it still raining? Or have I been just a wee bit?
Oh, your equipment.
Yeah. I'm not worried about the rain myself, but the iPad doesn't like it. Right, I'm planning a tricky manoeuvre because I want to do a static pass by at a certain point, which will mean actually overtaking the front of the march by some distance once we turn around the corner into Bay Head. I think it's called Bay Head. It goes along the little harbour, and it turns round a circuitous route for coming back past the big harbour. And at that point, I'm going to nash along down Kenneth Street. Viewers from last night will know Kenneth Street was featured. I learned my geography a bit better. Start out by giving instructions and then you realise you're giving the wrong directions. Anyhow, I think it's doable, but it'll explain why I'm hopping about. Let's get up to the pipes. Oh shit. Sorry, that was bad. My microphone came out. So now I don't know if you're hearing me. Let me just check. Sounds okay to me. Right, okay. Onwards. Ooh. The USB cable actually came out completely. Hold on, this is a bit awkward. Sorry, it's hard with two hands. Oh, you buy overhanging branches. out for the shakiness there. Whoops. Say hello to folks. Where have you come from?
Hello.
Come here.
From Skye.
From Skye. Anybody else?
2 miles up the road.
2 miles up the road. Edinburgh.
Half a mile up the road.
Half a mile. What a mix. Anybody else?
200 yards up the road.
Funny who you meet.
Isn't it just?
Well, I've actually stolen 2 monkey boys and I've stolen them.
Oh, that's the man there. Where are you on there?
Stay with us, boys.
Oh, sorry. That was my umbrella. Sorry. Thanks for carrying them flags. Good man. You've been there for the both of them now. Alright. Okay, it's time I was making a wee dash. By the rain. I don't, because normally I would have more dexterity to lift the iPad up high and stuff, but can't do that with the rain coming down, which it still is. just a wee bit up in the rain there now. Okay. Sorry, I catch you there. Sorry. Whoops. Hi, Gordon. Hello. You've swapped sides.
Yes.
Yo ho! All right there.
All we want is independence.
Hello. Right, hopefully that looked okay up there. Has it stopped raining yet? No. Yeah, right, okay. Right, it's time to cut them off at the pass. Right, I'm going to make a slight loop here and catch them on the way back round. And I'm going to leave the camera static so I can speed up the pass by in post-production. Okay, so that's what I'm doing, in case you're wondering. Ooh, it's raining again. The bikers are here. Interesting. Hello, bikers! Great response there. Whoops. There's my spot. You're in the shot, just so.
I do beg your pardon.
If you come this way, maybe it'd be better.
That,
It's just this will be the time lapse,
That's okay.
so you'll be in the time lapse that goes out. I'll tweak it round a wee bit. There.
it's just a big thing, is it?
But it's the first time they've done this here. So I suppose it's
Is it a big...
I live in Edinburgh, so I'm just here to broadcast it. Do you live here?
No,
Yeah, so, well, I say most of the people have actually come Irish flag, Welsh flag. Yeah, so that's the football supporters.
Nice to talk to you.
Okay.
All the best.
Oh, I better talk all over that music. Probably too late. Anyway. Okay, dokie, go up. There's the lane, so that's the end. Right, okay. Bit of a rush there at the end. Not at the end, I mean, I wanted to set up another camera to do an offline recording, and I think I successfully managed to perch that on the wall. It's not the greatest pass-by vantage point, but there wasn't really any high up locations I had access to. We'll see how it goes anyway. Right, I better sprint up past them now and get back to the front. Bear with me while I pack up my stuff. Just going to check for messages. See what they're saying. Oops. All right, as you. Right, great viewership, like 40 or 50 on livestream.com, 200 on Facebook. Everyone's saying well done Stornoway, indeed. Thanks for watching. Of course it's not over, I'm going to have a rally now. And the rain is off and on. It's not too bad actually, maybe I'll get away with just not using the umbrella for a bit. Oh, Adrian's saying fantastic filming, that's good. It was a bit all over the place, but it was tricky with juggling an umbrella and a tripod and 3 flags, but I managed to get rid of the flags early on. Okay, time to catch up the march again. Bike.
Thanks for carrying me this far.
hear any aggro, but a few Rangers supporters.
Well, the man is rightly traded 24. I just heard him say he was singing Don't Retire
All right.
just before that.
So the only element of protest.
It seemed to be, although we did see a few stern faces, but you're always going to get that.
Well, thanks very much.
Anyway, thank you. Cheers.
Freedom in your eyes. I can see the arrows flying and crossing the sky. I found a road where I hear the battle cry.
Guy with a manky jacket. Can't remember the name they give themselves. Oh, big applause for the pipes and drums of Sierra Alba.
Jerry, is it going to be on the Outer Hebrides website?
No, it's on Independent Live
Independent.
on
Live.
our Facebook and on our website and livestream.com. Some close-ups on the old bonnet.
Right, okay.
Is there a name for that big floppy hat?
It's a floppy hat,
A Jacobite floppy hat? Or in the Jacobite style, is it?
Balmoral, yeah.
Balmoral. And the waistcoat?
Jacobite style waistcoat.
Jacobite style waistcoat. Very good, very good. He's gone down a storm with the viewers. It's great to see the pipe band in operation. Here's Ray in the pram. Tell you what, Annie, I'm going to stay over here while the DJ plays music.
Right.
And then when the speeches start, I'm going to go over. I'm just telling you to make noise over the music.
Okay.
Well, I'll just interview you for a
Do you
laugh.
want me to help you with anything? Do you want me to take the flags for you and give you more freedom?
No, you've got your flag, sure. Freedom.
I haven't actually looked.
Right, so, how was that there today?
Magic.
Uh,
There was about 6 wee girls following me all the way along the main road with their video cameras, right, just smiling faces, and of course being me, stupid, as in, and they're just all laughing. So that'll stay with me forever. It was just brilliant. The wee faces, it was like, you know, and I'm saying to them, take this in, you know, because you'll remember this for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And it was just so good.
Let's show everyone the badges. If you can lean down a wee bit. Come, yeah, that's lovely. And do a wee twirl there slowly. See, that's the most badged hat in Scotland. I think it's safe to say, isn't it?
I just got to do that.
All right, and that one is
The Pipers.
The Pipers, Sarah Alba.
Get a belt, didn't you?
Sorry?
Surely got a belt.
Oh, I just joined myself. No, is this Scotland band?
Let me see. Independence for
Dad, I can't really see you.
the state of Scotland in the middle.
No, I think it's actually here, the harness.
Oh,
The harness band.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's good, yeah. I'll just say hi, Ronnie.
That's lovely, Annie. Thank you.
Right.
Right, I'm gonna go and check out the bikers and the pipers. I'll head over to the stage whenever the speeches start. So there's going to be a couple of speakers, then music, and another couple of speakers, then some more live music. I'm thinking it's live music. I know I'm going to be singing. Oops, sorry. And then, so that's, but maybe when they say music, there's going to be like a DJ playing music. That'll be hectic for me, but you know, I'll just stop moaning about it. Probably annoying you all talking about the conundrum when they play music at these rallies. Okay, let's find one of the fellas I know.
Right, ladies and gents, if you head just over the other side of the...
Ronald! Ronald! I'm going to talk to the folks at home just about the pipe band, and are the members from all over Scotland?
Yes.
So what sort of places are you all from? Put you on the spot there.
We've got members not just from all over Scotland. We've got JP who lives in Brussels, we've got Nick lives in England, and then we've got members from all over Scotland.
All right, so it's international.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
As you can tell, I'm not Scottish either.
I can't tell by accent. I'm no good with accents. I'm not Scottish either, but we're all Scottish.
We certainly
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So what's happening now?
The band have been asked to go over to the main area and play at Highland Cathedral. So that's what
Oh, lovely. I'll follow you over then.
See you over there.
And where's Gordon? I was talking to Gordon last night. He's maybe walking over. It's all right. I was talking to Gordon last night. He's from Falkirk. We've got high tech and everything, little walkie-talkies around the net.
Yes, that's right, aye. Keep in touch with each other.
That's bra.
Aye. Just as bad as our convoys with the CVs. Oh, there's Martin and Hera.
So there you go, international band. Some from England, Belgium, and Scotland. That cover it. And Fife. The Kingdom of Fife. Very good. It sounded and looked great today. Well done.
Scott, have many things to come?
Right, I'm just waiting for the stage to stop the music, and then I'll go and look at the pipes and drums playing Highland Cathedral. That's what's happening here. Let me just check the messages on the Facebook. Don't worry about the trolls there on Facebook. Yeah, just ignore them, because we often just hide if their comments are particularly abusive. We just hide their comment, and then other responses to their comment don't make sense. We have to hide those responses to the comments, so just ignore them. That's. I'll go in later and hide the abuse. Okay, let me head over and go ahead.
Thanks for coming, guys. Thank you.
Oops. Right, I will resume whenever the speakers start, which shouldn't be too long, I would imagine. I need to go and talk to the DJ about recording the sound. So thanks for watching this one. There'll be more coming up very soon.
In the Outer Hebrides we have a saying, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. But political opinions are much slower to change. Unfortunately, too many undecided people believed what Project Fear told them. Those days are past now, and in the past they must remain. After the independence referendum, Scotland never sat down or shut up, and we refused to go back in the box. And when all the lies and vows failed to materialise, Brexit was initiated to save the elite's tax evasion loopholes and destroy devolution once and for all. Despite even more brazen lies from the mainstream media, Scotland rejected Brexit by 62% Remain to 38% Leave, and Western Isles reject Brexit by 55.2% Remain to 44.8% Leave. Now with the Tory party imploding and the Labour Party putting up no opposition at all, Scotland has been sidelined and ignored with disdain. The Tories are pushing ahead with the only two options left, May's bad deal and no deal Brexit, delayed or not delayed. We didn't vote for this. The time is now. We can still rise now and be the nation again, to protect Scotland from the horrendous Brexit realities. Many of us travel Scotland to support the Yes movement at marches and rallies. But not everyone could do this, so now we have our own march and rally, with many from all over Scotland coming to our island to support us and the Yes movement. This is a double first. The first independence march on our island and the inaugural march for the Sir Alba Pipes and Drums, marching together. Also making the journey over to support us are the Yes Bikers. Young and old marching together to protect Scotland for all. The Outer Hebrides for Independence March and Rally on the 27th of April 2019. Will you march with us?
Look at that. What's that strange flag with the butterfly and
Did you
the
see,
yellow ribbon on it?
Did you see John Noyes was waving?
I don't know John. I saw, the only one I know in bikers is Paul, and he gave me a wave.
Do you not know?
No, it's hard to recognise him under all that leather and stuff.
Do you know any
Here's a big
Collins?
camper van. That's the Pipers. That's the Piper bus. A second Piper bus with the blacked out windows.
Hey! Freedom! I will recognise me back home with that. Right, the people.
Has it stopped raining yet? I think it has. It stopped raining. Actually, it hasn't. It's only dribbling. There's all the foot passengers that come off yet.
Yeah, I'll be as well.
They'll have their flags out.
Supporters here as well coming off. Oh, here's one, here's one. Welcome!
Jeannie.
Hey! There's another supporter. We've been making yesterday.
Is that your first name, Daft Annie?
Oh, here's one. Is that Apache Albert?
Oh good, is he doing the sound? No, that's the pipes again.
500 miles. Well, that's what I've got the bag. This is going to be brilliant.
Oh, I know where it is.
Sorry.
Kenneth Street, you go right along past the harbour. So the harbour's on your left. And your best actually just going straight up one of those streets there, like goes that direction there, and there's a street that goes in front of the harbour. And then at a certain point, when you get into the harbour, Kenneth Street is on the right, and it slopes up and then it's a diagonal.
These ones as well, they don't need this flag.
So there's the art centre, the land fair or whatever, and if you go along that street, you'll come to the harbour, keep going straight, and then Kenneth Street. Oh no, there's a wee totally harbour over there, and for wee boats, and along there, Kenneth Street is, I was there today, Kenneth Street. So it's on the right, anyhow, once you go this way here. Just listen to me. Honestly. If you go along the harbour, and then as soon as you're past the harbour, Kenneth Street's on the right. So we diagonal road goes up a hill. Okay. Sorry, Annie.
Where are you staying?
Maybe can't.
Are you supposed to ask me about Sorry, I thought it was.
You can go round that way.
And then nip over and then you come to the harbour.
No, the harbour sort of that way. There's still the folk all coming off through they're coming off through here. I'm going to wait till there's actually a wee crowd. I don't really want to invade people's privacy by pointing the camera at every soul coming off the boat.
Is that the car?
The cars are off. We're just waiting for the foot passengers, I'd say. And they're coming through the terminal building. I'm going to route.
And he did not accept a penny. So David McGuinness and his wife Sarah, fervently known as the Dragon, thank you very, very much for that. For the last 16 years, I worked in the NHS, on building maintenance side, in Charing Cross Hospital in London. Now, people slate the NHS in Scotland, but believe me, I was being called in by sisters, by surgeons, by doctors, asking, what is the NHS like in Scotland? And they had tears in their eyes because they were underfunded. That was back in 2014, and since then it's only got worse, a lot worse. With the government selling off to private investors like Richard Branson of Virgin, selling out the NHS, which means there's less money to put into the NHS, or they don't need to put as much money into the NHS. That then affects Scotland's NHS. But you don't hear that in the media. You don't hear that from BBC or even STV. And the sooner we get independence, get control of our resources, keep them here and fund the NHS the way it should be, the better. Now, progress will not come from Westminster, but from us when we shake the chains of state from our unicorn. Westminster is unprincipled, it's undemocratic, unwanted and unnecessary. We can do things up here far better than they can. We see the shambles daily that they are trying to handle, the mess that they are making, trying to govern the UK, Britain, which is not a country. It's not a country, so don't believe them when they keep saying our country. I'd love to know what they actually mean when they say that. And if we do not vote yes in this next referendum, then we will disappear as a country. Not just Holyrood, but our country. Now, to finish, I'd just like to read a wee poem I wrote. And it was a poem I wrote a few months ago for the people of Stornoway, or should I say, the people who were forced off this island. And it's called The Crofters' Graves. Their empty shells surround me, the smell of life all gone. They were thrown to the darkness and disappeared by dawn. The ships were berthed and waiting to welcome them aboard, but the flow of tears can still be seen from their crofts down to the shore. You can hear the women wailing by their broken-hearted men. Farewell, my bonny Highlanders, I'll no see you again. With their epitaphs unwritten and their headstones never replaced, their empty crofts are coffins. They are the graves of those displaced. Thank you very much, Stornoway. Thank you so much. Sierra Leone.
Thanks very much. Oh, you get up.
Morantang, Stornoway. Morantang, out of Hebrides. Thank you very much indeed for inviting me to speak. My name's Ray. Usually with my wife Sandra, we run the Indie Cram, and it's great to get the invitation. And what a fantastic gathering and a fantastic walk through a beautiful town of Stornoway. So impressed with all the people on the streets, especially the younger element, smiling, waving, taking videos, taking photographs, participating. Quite a few people come up to us and ask, what's the Indie Pram for, or they're looking for the baby. Well, when they look inside, this is what they see. And it's inspiration. It's to give us the spirit that we can do it, but we've got to work for it. The reason Indie Pram came into existence is that marchers can be quite quiet, but waving the flags, waving our salt tires, flags from different nations. And we heard just calls out for Tories, 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 out, out, out. Now, really, independence should be about togetherness, communication and reaching out. Because where we are on the polls just now, we need at least another 5 or 10%. But there's 20% of the population who support Tories, 20% of the population support Labour. We need them on side, because in an independent country, they will have every single right to have their own political output. So they'll want representation. So we've got to bring them on board as well and communicate so clearly that actually it's for their benefit. For free and independent Scotland, where self-determination, we get the government that we vote for putting in the powers and the limitations that of one thing that I particularly want, and that is a constitution. We must go for a constitution in Scotland. I spoke to Keith Brown, the deputy leader, a few weeks ago, and I asked him how important he felt a constitution would be in the cause for a referendum on independence or a plebiscite vote. And he said it was utmost importance, because we've got to have knowledge for the people of the powers and limitations of power and what we expect the government to do for us. And with a constitution, we can get that. Communication is so important. We've travelled from the south of the Hebrides, from Barra all the way up here. And I was surprised by the number of yes voters I spoke to who didn't know about the rally. So that leads us to realise even it's not just the mainland, it's also the outer Hebrides, that we've got to up the game and get our message out and let people know that we're around, we're here to speak to them, we're here to discuss, we're not here to argue, we're only going to converse those who are undecided if we have a solid conversation and answer the concerns that they have. So I really hope today has been a springboard or a starting pistol for full communication throughout the outer Hebrides, and that message goes across the whole of Scotland, that we've got to go out and canvass. And canvass isn't just knocking doors and trying to compel someone into considering the independence issue. We've got to discuss and just agree with the concerns and explain how such can be better for everyone who lives in Scotland. So, the starting pistol for me, in fact, is not independence, it's after independence. When people, I am looking forward to the time for that pram being a message for the youth, for the babies of this world that are coming into this country, that they've got a future to look forward to, which is fair, equal, looks after the old, looks after the young, far better economy, driven by votes that are done at Holyrood, not nearly 1,000 miles away down in Westminster. So I'd like to finish by asking the mouth, wherever the mouth is, where is Kathy? To come up on stage as a wee token. I do the Indie Pram podcast on indielive.radio. Please support our media, get the message out, support Independence Live, Indie Live Radio, Broadcasting Scotland, all the various bloggers who are out there giving us information, We Ginger Dog, all of them are there to help us get the message across. And I would also encourage people to consider, if they have any difficulty or lack of confidence in what to speak about, contact Business for Scotland. get on an ambassador course, get on a reframing course with June Maxwell. These people, these organisations will give you the ammunition and confidence to get your message out and talk to people. Now, Kathy, you've been very vociferous as far as advertising this fantastic event. You've also been very active speaking on IndieLive.radio. So I would like to present you with an Indie Live radio badge as a small token of our gratitude. Thank you very much, everyone.
Tuesday.
Okay, next up we have Jenny. I've got a human mic stand called Gordy. Big hand for Gordy. So my name's Jerry Mulvena. I'm going to sing 50 minutes worth of songs, so here goes. I won't muck about too much talking. Now this song I wrote about a year ago for Clara Ponsati, who was under threat of extradition to Spain. And thank goodness Spain gave up on that. Once the Germans decided the rebellion was just a silly idea to accuse someone of. And all she did was the Minister of Education, and she opened the schools for people to vote. So here's an interesting fact. We're all out here exercising democracy by marching in the streets, and we've actually got a vote coming up the 23rd of May, I'm sure you know. And the last time only a third of the population, or a third of the electorate voted, which is shocking turnout, and that was quite a good turnout for an EU election. Surely this time we can do better, because it's really important to speak up now and let people know that Europe is really important. Because obviously before we didn't really care too much about Europe, it would seem, with the way we didn't turn out to election. So this is for Clara Ponsati, who is standing in that election as a Catalan candidate, but she's Scottish just like I'm Scottish. She lives and works in Scotland, and so in some ways she could be our 7th MEP. We were standing there on James Street for all the world to see, in defence of our professor, Clara Ponsati, while we stand against repression, in solidarity, in support of our professor, Clara Ponsati, la nostra pensiera, la nostra professora, la nostra pensiera, Clara Ponsati. We put money where our mouth is, for all the world to see, in defence of our professor, Clara Ponsati, while we stand against repression, in solidarity, in support of our professor, Clara Ponsati, la nostra pensiera. nostra travesura, la nostra pensiera, la rapusity. Here's to Amar Anwar, cloud of Punti, standing up for freedom and for democracy. The prisoners and the exiles must have their liberty, free to come home and join their family. La nostra pensiera, la nostra travesura, la nostra pensiera, la rapusity, la nostra pensiera, la nostra travesura, la nostra pensiera, la rapusity. Thanks very much. You don't think it's can you hear me all right when I'm singing? Okay. Right. This is a song called Seize the Day. I need your help to sing along to the sort of chorus. It just goes like this. Seize the day, hey, 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 hey. Look to Jah, la 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 la. There's work to do, don't give in. Next time we'll win. Seize the day. At least you know you gave this life a try. Seize the day. So you know when you look back. We're living every day like it was our last. Come on, everyone, time it goes so fast. Living every day like it was my last. Come on, everyone, time it goes so fast. This is a song by Eddie Reid from Yoker. Hope he doesn't mind me singing it. He wrote it for the last referendum, and it's interesting. The last referendum is going to be, well, this next referendum is going to be different to the last one, but this will sort of bring your memories back. Let's put it that way. I'm an Irish Viking Scot from this wondrous mongrel nation. In the eyes of some, I've got ideas above my station. I can turn a rhyme, singing tune sometime. So I'll pledge my pen, poetry and my passion for my country's cause. Pray God that it might happen in my own lifetime. Saoirse will be mine. What the mind can perceive, the heart can achieve. The soul shall receive the courage to believe, the faith to even care, the hope to get us there. Oh, Saoirse. No, you're a no, I don't know it. All your instincts, yes, but that salmon is a no-no. Remember, he who knows all knows nothing at all. But the time will come when we tell it to our children. Hold your history in your arms. You're spoiling all your buildings. Heart can achieve, the soul shall receive the courage to believe, the faith to even care, the hope to get us there. Oh, Saoirse. Signor Barroso, get back in your Testarossa. You should be looking for a job. This one's nearly over, you can keep your spin. Like paper thin. And if you don't need more oil, and the Spanish gave up fishing, lost the taste for one whiskey, or the Harris Street were licking, we don't waste our time. We are a union line. For what the mind can perceive, the heart can achieve, the soul shall receive the courage to believe, the faith to even care, the hope to get us there. Oh, Saoirse. Well, you can keep your pound. I'll play for Gingies on the Estrel and Blue. I can't wait to binges, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I've earned the right to believe, but I know my kind, I know I've been made to protect this nation like a newborn baby when you've been kept down. Every inch is a mile, for what the mind can perceive, the heart can achieve, the soul shall receive the courage to believe, the faith to even care, the hope to get there. Oh, Saoirse. Now what the mind can perceive, the heart can achieve, the soul shall receive the courage to believe, the faith to even care, the hope to get us there. Oh, Saoirse. Thank you. Thanks very much, everybody. Thanks for saving my lunch, Paul. Thank you, Gordie. Oh, yes.
What's going on here? That's my lunch.
It's all good. It's in one piece.
pushed on the back. This was a run. Actually, before I'm going to give you my a wee talk about the 500-mile walk, or the 2 500-mile walks that I've done, we're actually going to play a wee tune, which is, what are we playing? Oh, and surprisingly enough, it's 500 miles. So, here we go, Proclaimers.
I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you when I go out. Yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes out.
Down at your door.
'Cause I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard with you.
Up here today to be asked to speak. I was asked to come up here. I was asked to say why did we walk 500 miles? Because it wasn't just me. And the first time we did it, there was 5 of us who actually did the whole 500. And the second time it was me and my good friend Carl J. Claridge. And I wanted to say the reason I walked all those miles was basically because I can walk. The reason I'm saying that is because over I've had a lot of problems in the past. I have a lot of mental health issues, and I think everybody for independence needs to do what they're able to do. And it doesn't matter whether you're walking 500 miles, it doesn't matter if you're handing out leaflets, it doesn't matter if you're turning up at a march, it doesn't matter if you're waving a flag or sticking a flag in your window or a sticker that says Indy Yes To. What matters is that you do what you can do, and that is what I can do. I'm lucky enough to have a health issue that enables me to walk, because I completely switch off, which means I can walk endlessly. I can have blisters on my feet, I can have my toenails falling off, and I switch out. So I just walk, and that's what we did. Now the reason apart from that, the walking, is obviously because we're all looking towards independence. And we're wanting that independence. Now the first walk that we did, the first 500 miles, we walked from Horsetree in Skye all the way around down through Glasgow and then back up to Edinburgh. That march ended up in the All Under One Banner rally, which was, I think it was in excess of 100,000 people we had at that rally. It was
awesome. It was phenomenal. And as usual, going to talk about the media again. What happened was, the media, I think the BBC managed to get it in 2 lines on the internet. I think the National actually covered it, which you would expect. But apart from that, I think some Japanese people covered it, and I know Catalonia covered it. But the interest from STV and the BBC was virtually nil. This takes me on to the next 500 miles, because that really set off, because I was sitting at home and I was listening to, I don't know, the radio or something, and it was Farage saying, and Esther McPhee saying, right then, Britain, we are going to walk from Middlesbrough or Sunderland down to Westminster. We're going to charge people 50 quid for doing it, and we're going to be staying in hotels, and we'll even throw in a meal for you. And I was thinking, the media have picked this up and run with it. That's what they've done. They have run with this, because it's Farage and it's Esther McPhee. And basically, they're walking 200 and something miles. So angry. It makes me furious. And I think it doesn't really matter whether you support the SNP or not, because as we said earlier, the SNP and the Yes Movement are separate things. The Yes Movement is bigger, is much bigger than the SNP. But for people like Ian Blackford, who will stand up in Parliament and be told to go home, Ian Blackford will stand up and say, what will the SNP do now if you're going to ignore them? And someone at the other side of the room to shout suicide. For Theresa May to walk out of that government building when we have SNPs making speeches is not just an insult to that person standing there, it's an insult to every person in Scotland. Because that is Westminster saying, Scotland, you are unimportant. Scotland, we're ignoring you. So that is why we went down. We went down to say, yes, we want independence. We went down to say, yes, we support these MPs. Because that is the way forward. That is how we are going to get independence for our country. Thank you. So it was a long walk. It was a long walk. We had a massive amount of support on the way. There were times when basically all you did want to do was sit down and give up. I remember on the way home actually going, I just want to die. And I think at those points in time, Carl would get Twitter out or he'd get Facebook out. He would scroll down through the page. He would scroll down and there were people going, thank you for doing this for Scotland. Thank you. We are really proud of you. We had tents with us. Actually, we'd used them a few times, but we actually didn't need to because people wanted. The people were saying, "Oh, give us a ring, and we'll book you a room so you don't have to sleep in a tent." And that was Scotland behind us. So every time we were feeling down, it was a matter of walking along and actually feeling. We could almost feel the S-bikers there. We could actually feel being pushed down there by the people of Scotland. It was awesome. So I want to say thank you to everybody and anybody here who actually supported us on either of the walks. I think they were successful. The other thing that happened with the Westminster Walk was when we got down there, we got coverage from six. We got the BBC, STV, got 2 Polish channels. There was some Australian channels, and as usually, Catalonia again, that covered us, the wonderful Pilar Fernandez. So I think we did a job. We did a job, and we could not have done that job. It wasn't for you lot. So, thank you very much. Take the leave. And so our Alba Gura.
Okay, up next we've got the Yes Bikers, John T and Tony.
Hi everyone, just thought I'd tell you a wee bit about the Yes Bikers, how we came to be. The first independence ride-outs, they weren't under the name of Yes Bikers, just a group of bikers got together in 2014 to support independence. And they did another couple, and another one, and it just grew and grew. So we had a leader in 2014 who started building the Yes Bikers and bringing people together and creating the group that we know. But it got too big for one person to run. And we've continued. We burned out another leader with the demands of the position. So now we're run by a committee, a committee of 3, all volunteers. We sell stuff to raise money to advertise the events, so that we're growing and making it bigger. And every year we've managed to increase the number of bikes that turn up at events. And the reason I'm telling you this is, we only started in 2014. That was the start of this journey for the Yes Bikers. And I think that is the start of the journey for a lot of people towards an independent Scotland. So I'm not going to take much of your time. Thank you.
Okay, up next we have Mike and Magnus.
This is us here, and we're going to play a few traditional Scottish tunes, on border pipes and accordion. And we're going to finish off with our own composition that Magnus has composed himself, called Magnus's Polka. So we're going to play the Sweet Maid of Glandarule, and we're going to play Tenebris, and we're going to finish off with Buich, and then Magnus will play his own tune, which he's composed himself. Okay, so enjoy. Thank you. saying, I'm going to the music for the next tune, and he just very professionally takes the music away, and then there's a next tune underneath. So I'm learning all the time. So. Okay, next one is Magnus's Polka, and this is a tune that Magnus composed himself.
Okay, thank you very much to Mike and Magnus for these songs here.
I have a feeling we maybe have a couple more speakers. I'm not sure. We're suffering from the common problem at these events where people really come for the marches and don't really stay for the rally.
Okay, next up we've got George from the pipe band.
George.
He's on his way.
he's on his way. So yeah, really in the audience we only really have the pipe band sticking around. Oops, sorry, I'm getting my hand in the shot. And a few, well, actually, the pipe band outnumber everyone else. Not sure why. Obviously, maybe people just wanted to go and get some lunch and a drink or whatever. There, that's the honest view.
Thanks very much.
Go on, George. There's hundreds watching at home. Maybe tens would be more accurate.
Are you ready? Sorry, I've written this down. I don't do impromptu stuff, so I've got to get prepared. So it starts off with hello, Stornoway.
Hello, George.
What a fantastic day. What a great effort from all the laddies and lassies of the Outer Hebrides. You are all a brilliant example to us all. But let's single out a very important few. Let's single out Cathy and her team. Let's give them a massive round of applause. Is Cathy here now? As you might be aware, I represent Sora Alba Pipes and Drums. We are the pipe band set up for and funded by you all to support the independence movement. And today was the very first time we have performed in public. I've actually been invited here to give you a little rundown on how the band was formed. It all started with an idea built of frustration built on the question, why are we not getting pipe bands coming to play at our indie events? I started asking around and there were lots of theories, mainly that the events were organised and attended are soon to be political. Because most of the existing bands are set up as charities, their constitutions don't allow support for political activities. So, to explain the idea as it was then, I thought it was as simple as setting up a group on Facebook where either existing band members could come together, and if they were able, they could support the various independence events that we know have failed to attract bands. Or the group could be a place where individual pipers and drummers could coordinate coming together for future independence marches and events. Rather like what happened in Edinburgh last year, which even though it was pretty ad hoc at the time, it was very well received. Very quickly, in the early days, and with the help of my friend Jim Edwards and Derek Campbell, our ambitions grew to the actual formation of an indie pipe band that we called Sir Alba Pipes and Drums. Many of you will be aware of how much interest that created. It was like wildfire let loose. No wonder it was long overdue, but much needed, and as we found out, exactly what pro-independence pipers and drummers wanted. They came from every region of Scotland. We actually have one guy from England and another from Belgium. both of whom are here this weekend. And every member, they come to these events and their practices at their own expense. And I think we can be rightly proud of the commitment they are making to Scottish independence. So, as both Jim and I had no experience of what it takes to form a pipe band, Derek Campbell's initial input was vital, and we very quickly realised we needed to get a couple of well-respected and experienced players to take the positions of what we call lead piper and lead drummer. Initially, Ewan Much and Neil Clark, later replaced by Sandy Much when Neil left, were identified and asked to take the positions of lead piper and lead drummer. Called lead and not major because we felt we would like to remove at least one military aspect of what makes up most current pipe bands. Another aspect of removing the military from the band was its appearance. After very much discussion and investigation, we decided on a Jacobite theme, but casual. Something both male and female would be comfortable in. Something that we could make the band, would make the band look smart, was independence related, and indeed was original. This look would also be fairly inexpensive, important to us and I hope our funders. We made the decision to supply the chosen players with blue bonnets and black Jacobite waistcoats. We expect them to have their own kilt, Jacobite shirt and other kilt accessories. Their own kilt and their chosen tartan was an important feature as we wanted to signify the gathering of the clans. Another decision that was made under advisement was that we needed to purchase our own drums, something I personally never knew we would have to do. This, along with the uniforms and the recommendations that we issue match chanters to the pipers, made fundraising a priority. Step in, Jim Edwards. Jim, you're here. I'm going to be getting Jim so much flattery here, it's just embarrassing for me. Anyway, I tell you now, we wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for Jim. That's the truth. Here is the band's bank account. He set up the initial £10,000 crowdfunder and he contacted the Scottish Independence Foundation for some funding, giving us a very healthy bank balance to be moving forward with, to allow us to budget for 40 to 50 playing members of the band. At present, Jim has done so much more, even to the point of organising the food we have consumed at the practice days, with the help from our other team assistants. He also designed the band's present logo, organised all the band's uniforms, flags, and generally takes care of business. And seeing there's so many of us here, I think this is a perfect opportunity for us to give Jim a heartfelt round of applause. As you have seen and heard today, the band is a credit not only to the effort everyone has put in, also to the grassroots independence movement. Presently the band is 100% funded by the independence movement, and that's something we can all be very proud of. To sustain the band for future, we continually need to raise funds, and we have various ideas for that. Like bucket collections and other fundraising, and looking for sponsorship from various pro-independence companies. This year is going to be a busy year, and we already have a pretty full diary, and who knows, maybe this will be the year we will get another shot at independence. So, Is Cathy here? I thought I was handing over to Cathy. I think what's going to happen now is the band are going to play. They're not going to play. No. So all I'll say now is I'd like to wish you all a safe return down home, and hope that every time you put foot in the street for independence, Solar Harbour Pipes and Drums are leading you, marching you forward on the journey to a free Scotland. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. Alright guys, thank you very much. Hope you all enjoy your Cayley tonight. And have a good night and stay sensible. Goodbye.
Yes, thanks for watching, everybody. It's been a great day. Oh, help! Too much sunshine behind me, and the sunny storing away. That's maybe better. Okay, so that's the rally over, and it's time for us to retire and get ready for the Cayleys and whatever else goes on the night. So thanks for watching, and tune in to the next programme, which will be probably from the SNP conference tomorrow, and catch up on what happened there today. It's been a great day here in Stornoway. Peace, love and Scottish independence.